We are going to look through some of my Seesaw classes. I live and die by Seesaw. I think it's so fabulous. I started using it my first year at Hawker because it was a platform that I heard was used at other places in our district. So there's already some user comprehension there. So you can see here I have all my classes listed as well as the practice class that you guys will get a chance to interact with your personal email. Make sure you don't use your teacher email for that. So I have all my classes listed. When you click on a class, this is what's called the class journal. So this is everything everybody's ever posted. Now, because this can be kind of difficult to follow along, there's also a tab called activities. And this functions a lot like Google Classroom. You assign activities and it tells kids to turn them in. So this was our last unit, photography. If I click on it, it'll show me which kids have turned it in and which kids have not. Please, no judgment on there. I usually post in what the project's requirements are. I'll post examples from previous students so that kids, they get a better idea with the visual and art, obviously, to know what to turn in. So the other cool thing about this is you can add parents by clicking this gear up here. You click plus families. And this will allow you to invite the family. So I really enjoy that because students are able to interact with their families on here as well. So I'll go to this student. So this is one of our digital critiques that took place on Friday. So you can see students are commenting on each other's work, commenting on their own work. I'm commenting. Serenity's mom is commenting. And so it functions really well in this way. I also use this for conferences. I'll pull it up in ask parents if they've looked through the Seesaw journal yet. And it allows me like a good starting place for the conversation because I don't usually bring all of the artwork down to the conference table. So I really appreciate that. Kids can post multiple photos to a single post. Marian's photos are so good. But then they can also stack posts. So for instance, we did warm-up drawings and I just had them take all 7 pictures in a single post. So this is where you just keep clicking on the camera to pull it up. Other ways that you could use it, I've seen people use it for like blog posts, science experiments. If we look at the assign activities page, there's an activity library. And in order to be in the activity library, like in the community-based one, you have to be a Seesaw ambassador. So these are really strong lessons. So let's say if we typed in 7th grade science, you'd be able to see all these different activities. And you can assign activities to your kids even if they are not your students. So I can also look up things like art, Spanish. So there's tons and tons of activities on here as well. And then under my library, these are the activities that I've created to assign to my students. You can put them in collections. So like these are all the ArtX assignments. And these will stay from year to year, even though my classes will get archived. And that'll make it easier for me to continue to add stuff on. You'll notice that I get this little red 2 to show that I need to approve something or like this is in the inbox. There's notifications. So I can see it quickly at a glance who all's been participating. As well as parents can send me private messages. I can send family announcements on here, student announcements. Parents could only interact with me and their kid. They cannot interact with other students in the class, which helps with the privacy issue. So if you wanted to start your own class, you would just get logged in. You do create new class. You can import from Google Classroom. Now, if you choose to do this on your school account, it's going to auto-populate all your kids into Seesaw. So you might want to hold off on that if you are not planning on using it during this continuous learning time. So yeah, you guys are going to get in and play around on this. But I just wanted to show you from the teacher's perspective what it looks like. I love it because I have to approve every comment. So there's no way that they can really post something without me seeing, which sometimes happens on the Google Classroom feed, but that's not the case on here. So I hope you guys enjoyed your little view of Seesaw from my perspective.